I'm constantly shocked by how well Democrats do. And then there's no counter from Republicans. But talking about where is the strategist to crisis communication experts, you know where they are, Seb? They're being hired by Vice President Kamala Harris. Apparently, she's shoring up some comms experts to help her with her messaging war that she's having. You know, it was interesting in the beginning of this administration, we saw her getting, it felt like a new job every week. But lately, we haven't been seeing her at all. And now we're hearing that she's getting some comm experts to maybe help her come back out into the public eye.
I have 2 words for that. Good luck. If she were a supervillain in Batman, she'd be the cackler. She's a black hole of charisma. Having comms advice for the cackler, it's like making a fire guard out of chocolate. It's like putting a screen door on a submarine. It's not going to work. This is the woman who in the Democrat primary got less than 2%. They're going to shuffle this senile old codger off the stage very soon because he's a vulnerability. But you know what? This woman could be even less popular than Sleepy Creepy. And I'm just going to buy shares in popcorn, guys.
You can sit back and watch the movie. The interesting step, you talked about at the beginning, the callers to your show. I keep hearing from people everywhere I go, you know, yes, Republicans are probably going to get the majority back, but what are they going to do for it? What are they going to do when they get it there? Because it's not enough to just, I look at the spending. Like, we were talking about this earlier. The debt ceiling fights used to be like, okay, we'll raise the ceiling, but you have to agree to cut the spending here, here, and here. I feel like Republicans haven't even are engaged in that debate. Like, why are we're just spending less, right? So it's, you'll spend this much, we won't spend as much. That's the new bumper sticker. We'll be less. I think that's ridiculous. Like, where's lower government? Where's less spending?
Let's just live following this mantra. Bigger government, smaller citizen. Why is it that I have to get a phone call from the members' cloakroom in Congress from Matt Gaetz as Nancy's trying to push this abortion through, and he's telling me they're off. She doesn't have the votes, but there might be 14 Republicans who vote with Nancy for this absolute outrage. You know, that's why we need President Trump back in the White House, and we need to slash and burn. We need to halve the size of U.S. government. We need to have a balanced budget. But at the end of the day, the GOP, it's okay, Sean, they might write another letter, okay? They might write another letter to somebody.
You know what it makes me think about, Seb? When we see the left, oftentimes they do a really good job of boycotting, but the right doesn't necessarily do that. They might say something, but they don't have the action behind it. And we need the action behind the words here, not just the words.
You're absolutely right. We have been playing defensive since Dutch left the Oval Office. Since Reagan left the Oval Office, we talk a good game, but we always play like we're in opposition, even when we have the House, even when we have the Senate. It's time to be as aggressive inside the lines, okay? But no more Mr. Nice Guy. We have to be as aggressive in our love of country so that we have a message to the American people. Basta. No more. No more indebting our great-great-grandchildren and acting like drunken sailors, because the GOP is just as guilty as the Democrats. Let's bring some sanity back to the swamp.
Amen. Yep. We got to be for something, and we got to put it out there. Too much. Cut this spending. Show the people we get the message. I agree with you. Seb, thanks as always. Appreciate you setting us straight.
God bless you guys.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.